Hello, today we want to go through some moles problem. So calculate the number of moles in 10 grams of sodium. So first I explain a little bit about the content. So right now we have 10 grams of sodium. You have gram and you want to find out about the number of moles. So what's the relationship between gram of a substance and number of moles of that? You need to remember the formula N equal M divided by M. That N is number of mole, M is mass in gram, and capital M is molar mass. That's its unit is gram, mole, minus 1. Okay. Right now I have 10 grams of sodium and I want to calculate the number of moles of that. I'm sure I need to use this formula. I need to find N. I have the mass in gram, that is 10 grams. What about molar mass? Molar mass, when we talk about atom like sodium, hydrogen, lithium, always you need to use the periodic table to find the molar mass or atomic mass of sodium. Atomic mass of sodium, if you look at the periodic table, is equal 22.99. This is the number that you can see in the periodic table. It means 1 mole of atom of sodium is 22.99 gram. So let's say gram per mole. Right now we can answer our question. So I put the formula M divided by M, and then just I substitute number that is equal 10 divided by 22.99. If I put in my calculator, I get the number 0.43 mole of sodium. This is about part A. Part B, they tell me we have this number of atoms of sodium and they ask for the number of moles. Right now we need to use a formula that relates the number of atoms, or we can say in general number of particles and number of moles. So if you remember, 1 mole of everything is equal to 6.02 to 10 to the power 23 of that particle. So right now 1 mole is this number. You have this number 3.011 times 10 to the power of 3 atoms of sodium. How we can find it? The number of mole, I say N, number of mole, is equal the number of particles, in this case the number of atoms, divide by Na. What's Na? Is Avogadro's number. What's Avogadro's number? Is this number. This number, we name it Na. So as a result, I can say I have N 3.11 times 10 to the power of 23 divided by 6.022 times 10 to the power of 23. Simplify this with this is equal 0.5 mole of sodium. Let's go through second question. Second question is 0.1 mole of sodium reacts with water and produces sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Calculate the number of moles of sodium hydroxide. The story here is a little bit different because you have the number of mole of sodium and you want to find number of mole of NaOH, 2 different substances. So whenever you want to use information for one substance to find information for other one, definitely you need a balanced chemical equation first. Okay, right now I have my balanced equation. I want to solve the problem. I have to write it again, 0.1 mole Na, and I want to find mole of NaOH. Okay, if I want to find this one, how I can get the number of mole of NaOH using mole of Na, how I can link these two? The only thing that I can use is when I have the number of mole of one substance, I want to find number of mole of other substance, I need to use ratio from balanced equation. This is the key point. So if you have the number of mole of one substance, you want to find number of mole of other substance, always you need to use ratio from balanced equation. What does it mean? So it means you look at your balanced equation and you see 2 moles of sodium gives you 2 moles of NaOH. So you write Na to NaOH, ratio of Na to NaOH is like 2, as I can see in balanced equation, to 2, this 2. I can simplify this one, so it's like 1 to 1. So as a result, it means for 1 mole of sodium, it gives me 1 mole of NaOH. Right now, how many mole of sodium I have? As I can see in the question, 0.1 moles of sodium. I write mole here, mole, for example, Na, and mole NaOH, however we have it here. And then here is X. So as a result, because ratio is 1 to 1, so this is 0.1 mole of sodium. Right now we go to next question. The next question, say 10 grams of sodium reacts with water and produces sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Calculate the mass of sodium hydroxide. It's similar to previous question, except for here instead of having moles of sodium, we have gram of sodium, and instead of asking us for moles of sodium hydroxide, they ask for mass of sodium hydroxide. This time I have gram of sodium and I want to find gram of NaOH. Okay. Right now, there is no way to go through from gram of sodium to gram of NaOH. The only thing that we can link these two is through mole. But how I can do it? So it means, firstly, I need to find mole of sodium. Step 1. From mole of sodium, then I can find mole of NaOH. And from mole of NaOH, I can find gram of NaOH. So I can't go directly. I need to go all of this way. But let's see how we can do it. So I have gram of sodium. I want mole of sodium. Which formula we need to use? We already talked about that. This formula. From mole of sodium to mole of NaOH, from mole of sodium, that is one of our reactant, to mole of NaOH, that is our product, 2 different substances. In the previous question, we talked always we need to use the ratio in the balanced equation. Okay. Right after that, I have mole of NaOH and I want to use gram of NaOH, same substances. Because it's same substance, I can use this formula. So I need to go step by step. First step, step 1, then step 2, and then the last one is step 3 to get to my result. So I start with N equal MM. N equal mass of sodium is 10, and this one is 22.99. That become equal to 0.43 mole of sodium. Right now I have mole of sodium. Step 2, from mole of sodium to mole of NaOH. And I need to use ratio from balanced equation. So I say Na to NaOH is equal to 2. So it means if I have 0.43 moles of sodium, so what's the number of mole of NaOH? Because the ratio is equal, they are 1 to 1. However, if they're not equal, the only thing you need to find X is like, just I explain it here. If you want to calculate it, you can say 2 over 0.43 equal 2 over X, and then you can find the X here. But in this case, because they are 1 to 1, we know that it's equal 0.43 mole of NaOH. Okay. Right now I have mole of NaOH. I need to go to last step, that is gram of NaOH, and I need to use this formula. Or I write it here, M NaOH is equal, we have 1 sodium, and we know from periodic table sodium is 2.99 plus we have 1 oxygen 1 times, and oxygen is 16, plus we have 1 hydrogen, and from periodic table we know hydrogen is 1.008. Is equal to 39.998 gram per mole. So I write for NaOH, NaOH is equal its mass times M, and I know the number of mole is 0.43. Its mass is something that I want to find, and its molar mass is 39.998. As a result, M of NaOH is equal 0.43 times 39.998, that is equal to 17.2 gram of NaOH.